Hey, what's going on here? Okay, Adam, is this some sort of joke? Wait, that's
Boo! Did I get you? Hello, RedTube, and welcome to the Adam Club. It used to be the Adam Victor Club, but I finally killed Victor. So, in the vein of revenge murder, let's talk about my third or fourth favorite movie of the year, Unfriended. Unfriended is the American feature film debut of Russian director Levan Gabriadze and follows a high school girl who's in the middle of a Skype call with her friends when the spirit of a classmate who committed suicide a year earlier begins to haunt them. As the call goes on, the stakes get higher and higher, and as my favorite band Drowning Pool would say, the bodies begin to hit the floor. Classic teens, am I right? One of the most interesting things about Unfriended is that it unfolds entirely over the main character's computer screen. We only see her and her friends over Skype cameras, and the entire movie essentially appears to be one unbroken shot. In this way, it's almost like the Birdman of found footage horror films, and while it's certainly not going to win Best Picture this year, I gotta say I liked it quite a bit. The central gimmick of the one-screen movie is a big risk. Initially, it seems like it could be more boring than enthralling or cool, but it works out pretty well. The movie utilizes the whole gimmick, making sure never to leave the girl's computer screen empty so it never gets too boring, always progressing the story to breakneck pace and throwing in plenty of little cyber nuances that the audience can relate to. For example, we see the girl write and rewrite every message she sends, and we can pretty much imagine what's going on in her head as she edits. In this way, the movie is really a film for our time. I wouldn't be surprised if it seemed very outdated in even 5 or 10 years, but for the time being, it very effectively captures how teens use technology and communicate. Also important for any horror movie are scares, and this movie has plenty of them. These come both in effective suspense building, one sequence involving a never have I ever game is very persistently tense, and crazy what the fuck moments that made both me and the late Victor open our mouths in surprise, and we don't get scared easily. Without getting too into detail, the last thing that scared me that much was 11 inches long. Through having a good feel for today's teens and some solid scares, this movie avoids most of the pitfalls of the modern teen horror subgenre. That said, this movie isn't perfect. The subject matter isn't particularly original, and in a year where It Follows really set the standard for scary and smart horror, there isn't much to chew on thematically. The movie is a pretty interesting illustration of cyberbullying, but I would argue that it should have been a little more subtle in that respect. I might be naive, but I don't think me or any of my friends would post a video of our friend drunk at a party and write "kill yourself." I don't know. I don't think that happens too much. Altogether, this movie doesn't do much more than breezily and somewhat creatively entertain, and it's a good time at the movies as long as you're not expecting a high level of plotting or thematic meaning. I give Unfriended 3.5 out of 5 stars and recommend seeing it when you can. Or don't. I really don't give a fuck. Victor's not here. Let's just not even see the fucking movie. You know, I can review too. That's why I killed Victor. I better not have killed him for nothing, man. It's really weighing on me a little bit.